With crypto prices rising, we're starting to see a lot of different numbers projected from many different YouTubers. Some are saying we're seeing, Bitcoin to 100,000 and all of these different numbers. But one that I'm seeing very common is that people are anticipating that if we see the bull run continue, that ADA may reach up to $3.40 to $3.50. Well, what I want to talk about today is how do we get there? What things we need to do in order to make that happen, and whether or not it's in the realm of possibility. So with that being said, of course, let's jump into the computer here and let's see what all has been going on. Well, the first great sign that we did see is, for altcoins at least, is that Bitcoin dominance does seem to be continuing its downward move that we've been seeing over the last year, roughly. So we did have a bit of this rising triangle in which we did see, and even when we did break out to the upside, we kind of all anticipated that the fall and the throwback into the apex plus continuation downward was going to happen. As we can see on July 30th, even whenever we did see the breakout here, I was still anticipating that this fall was going to happen, and we can see that's what's going on. We did break out the bottom side, so it looks like we've hit our resistance here. We retested it as resistance, and the downward momentum is going to continue, which is of course great for our altcoins. Now, if we look at total market cap 2, which is just going to be the accumulation of all of the market caps of every single crypto other than Bitcoin, it has been making fantastic moves. It has just constantly been growing and growing and growing and growing, and looks like it may have been going from nearly 600 billion to nearly 1 trillion, meaning $400 billion have been funneled into our altcoins, which is absolutely amazing. That's a great sign. If you look at our Ethereum Bitcoin pair, considering the fact that Ethereum is one of probably the most important altcoin that there is, we want to see that if you're a big altcoin supporter like myself, you want to see that Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, because that just goes to show that a lot of great moves may be coming for altcoins. We can see that we were within this bit of this triangle here for a very long time. I mean, 3 or 4 months of constantly being within this triangle. We broke to the upside. We're looking at a bit of a bullish flag here, a bit of a slowdown, but I am anticipating that a breakout to the upside is going to continue, which just goes to continuously show that our altcoins are performing well. Well, whenever it comes to ADA, this has been represented by a lot of fantastic movements. We can see that we did set this inverse head and shoulder here. So what that's going to be is a very, very bullish pattern. It's going to be shoulder, head, shoulder, as you can see on your screen here. And we can see that we met our breakout target perfectly. Our breakout target, of course, was about $1.40. Now, the way in which I did get that breakout target was taking the distance from our shoulder line here, which is this line. Take that distance all the way down to the bottom of the head. Take the line you draw, apply it to the shoulder line, and you can see that our breakout target was right around $1.40, which is exactly where we did end up reaching. Well, we failed. We kind of consolidated a little bit, and we established this rising triangle in which we did then break out of, reach $1.50, fall back down to our triangle, establish support, and work our way some upward momentum. So as you can see, it's been fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. We've been seeing some great moves. Okay, so let's talk about, now that we've seen all of this happen, what are some more steps in which we do need to take in order to confidently say that we are going to see $3.40 to $3.50. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this notepad here, because these are all the different steps I want to see. Well, the first one is going to be that we can hold $1.50 as support and set our high or low. Well, many of us do know that in order to see an uptrend, you need to set higher highs and you need to set some higher lows, right? Your higher lows. So you go higher, you set your low, you make a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay. Well, the next thing I want to see is that since $1.50 was our resistance, I would love to see that even if we do see a pullback, especially with what's going on in the Senate, that we can hold at $1.50 and use this previous resistance as support. Now, I do believe that that's going to happen, but even if we do fall below it, there are some levels around $1.30 that I think will hold up as well, that we'll talk about in the future if we get to that case scenario. I don't want to spend too much time talking about the what ifs. So from there, what's the next thing I want to see? Well, personally speaking, that if we can set that support here, if we can find support on $1.50, the next range that I'm looking out for is going to actually be $1.80 to $1.90. This is going to be probably one of the most key levels that we absolutely must reach and break through before I even get remotely excited about us reaching $2.50, especially $3.40, $3.50. Okay, so let's talk about how I got these levels. Well, there's a few different things in which I'm looking at. So the first one is going to be, this $1.80 is going to be our July 4th swing high to our July 21st swing low, and it's the 1.618 extension. Now let me explain. So what we're looking at, again, this is the box, by the way. This little box right here, let's get this rectangle going. This is the box that we just drew. That's the box that we're looking at on the other chart. Let me talk about how I got these two lines, okay? So this is going to be the 1.618 extension off of our most recent swing high, swing low. So if we go from here, if we go swing high to swing low, and we draw our Fibonacci retracement levels. When we get this pulled up, if you use your extensions, you can see that this very first level is going to be our 1.618. Now, what we do know with ADA is that our extension levels are very important in terms of where we can expect to see some resistance. Now, what I mean by that is whenever we see a movement like this, right, boom, set that high, we set this low, and we start to work our way back up. We can draw our Fibonacci retracement levels. Once we start to clear this 618 to 786 and a reversal is confirmed, we can expect to reach these levels here. We can start to expect that these different levels will likely get reached, find some resistance, reach, find some resistance, and then continue on and so forth, okay? And so what I'm expecting is that if that is the case, off of this most recent swing high, swing low, that if we're able to hold at $1.50, that we are going to be able to set our way up and start to work our way up to $1.618, okay, which is at $1.80. Well, the next level is in that box. Remember, this is a range. This is a range that we're looking at. This box right here is $1.90. Well, the way in which I did find that is if we do go ahead and let's clear off some of this. We don't need all that. The way in which I did get $1.90 is our next very important level of resistance will be from this swing high, our all-time high, down to this swing low right here. Boom, this big movement here. Well, if you draw your Fibonacci's off of that, which I will go ahead and do for you guys just to show you exactly what I mean, we can see that it sets our 0.618 right at that $1.90 region right here. Okay, this area right here. And so since those two levels are so close, that 1.618 extension and that 0.618 retracement level are so close, it creates that range of true resistance. And now this can be shown through our chart. If we do go ahead, the last time we did see a bounce of this extreme, we can see that this region right here was very important. This was our top, and this is around where we were closing, and it created this box. So if we are able to hold support at the $1.50, I want to see if we can work our way back up into this $1.80 to this $1.90 range, find some resistance, establish it, boom, and be able to break through. If we can break through, that is a very good sign. And that is when I will truly start to get excited, like, okay, all-time high might be on the way, okay? So next up from there, what do I want to see happen? Well, we do know that if that does happen, if we break into this 0.618 range that we just talked about, over $1.90, well, we have now entered into our crucial 0.786 to our 0.618. This region right here, in my opinion, determines retracement versus reversal. Now, what I mean by that is let's go ahead and let's do this. A retracement looks like this. Boom, we fall, we retrace into this region, and we continue downward. That's a retracement. We retraced and we continued falling. A reversal looks like this. We work our way in, we work our way into this zone, we end up clearing it, and then we start to look to see where we can go into the future. So how we interact with this region dictates, do we continue upward into a bullish cycle, or is this a dead cat bounce that's going to lead to about maybe an 80 cents ADA, okay? So if we are able to clear that region, in which we did just talk about, that puts us directly into this key level of resistance. So what I want to see, of course, is from there that we're able to clear a few things. $2 is going to be just that inherent strong level of resistance because so many people did buy at $1. They may sell at 100% gain, which puts them at about $2. But personally speaking, I think that if we're able to enter into this range, that we're going to be able to retest our $2.20 region at our 0.786. That's our next level. So if we break into here and we find some support, I'll probably buy with the anticipation that we're going to start to work our way up to $2.20. Now from there, there's a few things that are going to make this serve as probably the most important level. Well, of course, we do know that once we clear this 786 and find some support above it, that pretty much says full bullish reversal. We're going to set some new higher highs. Okay, that means bull run continues. But we can also anticipate that we can use this as resistance based off of our Fibonacci extensions. Now let me show you what I mean. So this is the swing high to the swing low we're looking at right now. But let's lower the swing high down to our bounce right around here. This is our bounce, okay? Now look how crazy it is that these levels, and we got to raise that a little bit. There we go. Look how crazy it is that these levels interact with each other so well. So what I said, again, was that once we started to clear some of these levels, we can anticipate that we break up to some of our big extension levels, right? Well, look how if we use our bounce, this swing high to this swing low as our Fibonacci retracement, we can see that if we can clear some of these levels, there's a high chance that we break to our 1.272, which has served as minor resistance, but not much. But then that is also our 786. So what that goes to show is that if we can clear this level right here at 1.272, typically once we clear the 1.272, we will see the 1.618 extension get retouched most of the time, pretty much almost all the time, okay? But look at where this level is. Remember, look at this is the yellow line and this is the yellow line, 1.272 and 1.618. If we go back up to our all-time high and we draw Fibonacci down to that swing low, it's the same thing. Our 1.272 is now our 786. And our 1.618 is our all-time high. So what that goes to show me is that I just said if we clear our 786, we're probably going to touch all-time high. I also said that if we were able to clear our 1.272, that the likelihood is that we see our 1.618. They're the same levels. Meaning that highly likely if we clear this level right here, which is about $2.20, $2.16 to be exact, the likelihood of us setting a new all-time high is highly likely. Like highly likely, okay? And so from there, this is where I start to say probably $3.40. So how do we get to that $3.40 determinant? Like how do we say, okay, we're going to $3.40? The same thing we've been doing, Fibonacci extensions. We take our swing high from our all-time high down to our swing low down here. Well, we do know that again, typically, once we start to clear these levels, like we've said multiple times in this video, that we're going to retest that 1.618 if we can clear it. That's just what happens most of the time. And so what I want y'all to pay attention to now is look where this level is. Boom. We draw this little line right here. Boom. Draw a price label. Boom. $3.40. That's where that number's coming from. So all these YouTubers are saying it's going to 340, it's going to 350. This is how we're determining how to get to that level. Fibonacci extensions and Fibonacci retracements. So there's many steps that we need to take before we can even remotely say that $3.40 is going to happen. And that's what we talked about today. Again, we want to see that we can hold support at the $1.50. We can enter into our extension range and our 0.618 range, just $1.90 to $1.80, as well as then be able to work up to our 786, which also serves as our 1.272 extension. If we can clear all three of these levels, I highly believe that we then go up to set a new higher high at our 1.618 extension at about $3.40. Now, some people may say, well, Tyler, is that realistic? Like, can we actually see an upward movement like that, especially after all the green that we've been seeing recently? And my honest answer to that is probably so. Now, I do believe that it's going to take some time, okay? It's going to take a lot of time. It's not going to be now. It's going to take a good amount of time because we have to see that upward, downward, upward, downward, upward, downward. But if we do go over to our charts, we can see what's going on with some of our different RSIs. Well, if we look at our RSI, just our basic RSI, we can see that we did reach a level of support that has served very strongly in a big movement like that. Let's just clear this one out for now. So look at the last time we found some support on this level. The last time we found some support on this level was right here. Following that, as we did see upward momentum, is when we set our new higher high. We've just worked our way back down to this exactly same level, and now could be looking at that same upward push that we saw, which takes our RSI up here, which then allows us to set that high around $3.40 to $3.50. Well, let's look at our stochastic RSI. This is another great one to look at, our stock RSI. We can see that in terms of bullish potential, we're not even out of oversold territory yet. There is still loads of growth potential here. And the last time that we were really able to execute it and see these levels down here, we still had a massive move upwards coming. And so what that goes to show me is that even though these are a lot of big moves and people are saying, Tyler, those are gains of hundreds and hundreds of percents, I understand. But realistically, based off of a lot of the different RSIs and some of our oscillators and our indicators, it goes to show that we have the support to see a movement of that nature if we are able to clear some of these levels in which we did talk about today. So again, some of the things we're looking for, I want to hold $1.50 as support and set that higher low. I want to remember that range we talked about, that 1.618 Fibonacci extension off of our July 4th swing high to our July 21st swing low. I want to see us clear that. I also want to see us reach our all-time high swing high down to this July 20th swing low, our 0.618. That's going to create that red box that we talked about, which will be crucial to being able to work our way above it. We, of course, want to clear $2 as that's an inherent level of resistance that we're going to have to get past. Lastly, we are going to need to clear our all-time high swing high, July 20th swing low, that 0.786, which remember also acted as our 1.278 extension from this to here. If we can clear that, my honest opinion is we go set that new all-time high. And if we set that new all-time high, we then get to $3.40. So I know it's a lot, and it's a lot to take in, and typically my videos are more centered around the beginner, and it's more centered around the new, more basic things. But if we really want to talk about how we get to $3.40, if we really want to talk about how we get to $3.50, these are the different things we need to clear. We need to see altcoins continue to perform. We need to see Bitcoin doing well. We need to see the Senate figure out their stuff and Congress start to figure out what's going on with cryptos so that doesn't trigger a big sell-off. I honestly, again, do believe we're going to see ranging. I think we're going to see a pullback in growth and pullback and growth and pullback and growth. But over time, if we reach these levels in which we talked about today, I honestly do believe that we are going to see that push all the way back up to our all-time high here, and then a further extension up into $3.40, and we'll just have to see, of course, what happens from there. So with that being said, that is the best case scenario. That's what I see happening for, maybe the end of the year, if we are really able to see a big bullish reversal continue. And I will, of course, update you guys on any changes that do happen, or if anything else comes around that may alter my opinion on what we may be looking at. Of course, if you do want access to all of this information early, go down to the link in the description. It'll bring you over to my Patreon, and that's where I'm fully transparent with all that information. And if you could join, if you could come sign up, hang out with all of us, of course, that would be amazing. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I can't wait to see you all in the next video, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.